Derrick, let's say how much per month do you think that you spend out eating, like out in fast food and whatnot?
Well, I could tell you, according to my Apple Card, right?
Just off top of the head, nigga. Jesus, I don't want a specific number. We get that later.
Around 800, maybe 700.
800, okay, $700, $800 out a month. Do you wish that you could cut that down?
I mean, it just depends if I need to spend. Yeah.
Okay. What if I told you that you could spend $150 a year and have free food?
I think they got you, bro.
Huh?
I would say they got you, bro. When those little pyramid schemes, you went to the meeting and
No,
shit.
it's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. No. See, because what happened? A 33-year-old electrical engineer down in Santa Clarita, California. You know, all the smart people.
See, that's already above my pay grade. Like, once you know how they tell these stories, right?
But
how somebody does something, it'd be like, well, this rocket scientist, like, well, he could do it, but me personally.
Elon Musk recently did this. Well, yeah, because he can do whatever the fuck he wants to.
Watch how this.
I got work tomorrow, so I can't. Whatever the fuck I got to do, it's got to be today.
Watch how this mechanical engineer turned $500 to $500K. Like, come on now.
No, peep it, because you think it's something complicated, right? But no. He spent $150 for unlimited year-round access to Six Flags. You know, Six Flags is like an amusement park. It's like Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
So. What he did was he spent $150 a year and he got 2 free meals a day from the park because of the pass that he has, and he worked close by. So he would leave for lunch, he would go eat at Six Flags, then he would leave. Then after work on the way home, he would go and get dinner.
Again, it's like one of those things where the coincidences don't match up. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nearest Six Flags is what, Orlando or something to me?
No, Kentucky, I think.
So oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, but let's say you were in his shoe. Let's say you had the opportunity to do this. Would you? That's $150 a year that you're.
It's dope, right? It's dope that he can find this hack and go through it.
Because what he did, and it's very clever. Because I went on Six Flags.
But he's also an engineer. Does he really need to save that $150 so bad? That's
well,
worth you eating Six Flags.
The way the story goes is his coworker was spending. I believe she spent $1,500.
There goes being Captain Save-A-Ho, not a secret out.
$1,500 a month, and he was like, "There's no fucking way I'm gonna do that because I'm not stupid." Obviously, he said, "I'm a fucking engineer, bitch. I'm gonna figure this shit out." And then so he went on SixFlags.com like I did earlier today because I looked up to see exactly how the fuck this nigga did it. So he goes and he buys. Let's see, you have the meal deal. So first he gets the season dining, which is $109.99. He gets 22. You get the whole season. You get the whole 2022. You get 2 meals, right? And then he gets the $50 season pass, which is free parking. You get unlimited access for the whole year for $50. So $150. Because sometimes he's not going just to get food. He's going to go and chill out at Six Flags for the day.
Whatever.
So if you had Six Flags in close distance to your house, is this something that you would consider doing?
I just feel like it'd be too much of a hassle.
Do you think? Well, how come?
Like getting through the lines, navigating the food, like it's a lot of social anxiety. I just don't think I'm.
Social anxiety. Okay, so hear me out, because I agree with you on that. Because I would think about that. Man, like this nigga really just gonna go. So let's say
the people start to notice you become a regular and shit. Like this nigga just eats here every day.
So
regardless the food's healthy or not.
1,100 times 12 is $13,000. Okay. So she's whoever he's being Captain Save-A-Ho to is 13,000. 150 times one, because you just pay it one time a year. That's $150.
Yeah.
So that's a really big difference, Derrick. He's saving money here. He's an engineer. He thought this through.
Also an engineer. That's the crazy part.
He thought this through.
It's okay at the McDonald's worker.
So do you give him a clever badge, or do you give him what kind of badge do you give this?
Is it clever? Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything from it. Yes. It's just save it for the stupid people. You don't really have. Your energy shouldn't be focused on that. You know what I'm saying?
He's trying to save money. He's trying to save a buck, especially in today's economy, inflation.
Right? No, I got this doctor friend, right? The one thing he does not worry about is spending money on food and getting his house clean. Can give 2 fucks about that because he's busy doing other things. And then with engineers, you start off at one company, right?
Yeah.
Your goal is to, 1, learn everything you can from that company, come up with an invention yourself, or find a way to market your skills to the next level. Mm-hmm. But now this nigga focused in on taking the commute to Six Flags every day, getting through the lines.
It's on the way.
Making sure to get back. No.
He also got to save up. You got to think, too, them student loans.
Have you ever been to an amusement park?
Oh, yes, I have. I love amusement parks.
The food place is not just directly when you walk in. You got to navigate through all the shit.
That's why he gets there at the right time. He gets there at the right time.
The parking is hell sometimes. Like,
this is also in California, too, so you can only imagine.
Yeah, like, bro, that shit is not...
Because if he were to get the Flash Pass, all-season Flash Pass...
Oh, my God. This nigga...
reduce your weight up. There's 2 different Flash Passes? What the fuck? I didn't even look into this. There's a Flash Pass for $300 that reduces your weight up to 60%. And then there's a Platinum Flash Pass for $400 that reduces your wait time up to 90%.
I think it goes to show, like...
Six Flags... Amusement parks that do shit like this... It's just absurd. They just charge money for whatever the fuck they want to.
Well, think about it, bro.
Because in reality...
We pay money for convenience, right? Like, I have this thing on my phone.
$400 though,
right?
Derrick.
I look, like, Target's, like, right next to me, right?
That's not even including the ticket.
Well, think about it. Target's right next to me, right?
Oh, that's all season.
But I also have Shipt on my phone. You know, the niggas that buy your groceries for you, bring it to your house type shit.
You do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I never do.
It's only $10 for the shipping fee. I mean, you can pay for the yearly, but who's getting groceries sent to them yearly type of shit? Not me. It's only for when I don't feel like going.
That's for niggas who buy a year worth of... Wait, what?
Yeah.
Once a year grocery shopping?
No, you can pay, like, so, like, I pay $10 every time I order, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can also pay $100 and not get delivered, you know, the delivery fee. But who the fuck is...
Oh, I got you.
Ordering 10 times, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
So it's just like...
So how often do you do this? I didn't know you did Shipt. It's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I do it every now and then when I feel like, hey, I gotta work this morning, but I really need some eggs and, you know, some other necessities. So I get a big ass order, have it shipped to me, comes by like 12, you know, have my food ready and type shit. Cause you can, like, you know, choose the time blocks and shit.
Mm-hmm. So you always have it before work, you know, you gotta be ready and on the clock for work.
Or just like, I don't feel like going to the store. And like, I got, like, say we're doing the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. You know, but I really need to go grocery shopping. Cause that shit happens all the time where we make plans and shit, but I gotta do something else. Like, I got no food in the crib. So I just hit the little order button, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Forget about it, you know? And my food will be there, you know, and we can still do what business I have.
Now, would you still do Shipt if you had a car?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to do a knock on you, but I'm just asking.
No, like, so like for me, right? Mm-hmm. Convenience, you know, over trumps everything.
I agree.
So like, regardless of a car, I can still do Uber. Like, cause it depends on, okay, do I want to drive? Am I going to be drunk? Like, you know, certain...
Yeah, because the reason why I ask is because I do Uber Eats. I do some Uber Eats sometimes, but then I also will order off of Uber Eats. If I'm at home, I don't feel like going out to drive. And it's like, well...
It's more like a mentality thing. Mm-hmm. Like, one thing about money, bro, it really doesn't mean shit once you have enough of it.
Well, yeah.
Like, cause, like, why do you think people, like, the more they make, the more their lifestyles change? It's not like they're going to save more. Like, the people say it all the time, if I made X or Y money, I would save this much. But 9 times out of 10, like, when I used to get, like, bonuses out the ass and shit, I was just spending more money. I wasn't saving it. Yeah. Because the more money you make, the more money you spend.
Yeah, but because you don't realize it either, because it's there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's and your lifestyle changes. The things you get accustomed to and things like that.
Yeah. Like, the clothes that you're able to buy, the
things you think
the
about.
the activities you're able to do, the like, restaurants you're able to go out to.
You know, and like...
The restaurants you're able to order from.
Exactly.
Per Uber Eats and whatnot.
I mean, I've never really been broke, you know, per se. But I like... Do
you think broke is a mindset? Do you think being broke is a mindset?
No, it's a reality. Because, like, say you get paid $1,400, right?
A month?
Well, just for... Say it's toward the end of the 2 weeks, I get paid $1,400 on my check, right?
Okay, so...
My rent's $1,200.
Okay.
I'm broke. You feel like... Regardless of your mindset, right? You could be happy, you could be cheerful, you could be a hard worker. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that you can change about your paycheck being this amount, right? Correct. You can get a better job, but that takes time, experience, and things like that. And necessarily, you can't really change in that situation.
Now, what about in like today's world when it seems virtually impossible to not find a way to make money and for lack of a better word, make money in an easy way? Because I know making money isn't necessarily easy in that way, but once you find the way to make money, then it becomes easy.
Yeah, but the problem is, right?
So like
everything's been done before, right? Mm-hmm. So like the easy ways.
Well, I'm not saying like invent something, but like
you can invent something because everything's pretty much been invented, right?
You can still invent things,
like, but that's only if you have a problem.
You can see that. That's where the convenience things aspect, because you have people who invent things for convenience. That's why everything's been invented, is for convenience.
Yeah, but that's because they have a problem. And that's would be niche stuff. Like, say for example, right? You're a fisher, right? They invented something where it makes it easy to unhook the fish. But you also have to be, in a situation where you can fish every day to even notice that it is a problem. Mm-hmm. But for the everyday people, right, we have bike pumps. We have things that, just be able to make us live our normal lives, right? Mm-hmm. The more things that we have problems are on the niche stuff, the stuff that people can afford to, spend money on, right? But if you're not in that, you can't find a problem with something that you're not, part of. Mm-hmm. So, like, back in the days, right, it's like, I hate old people sometimes. They be like, oh, back in my day, I would, sell newspapers and shit like that. Can't do that now. You can't do that at your. Oh, I used to collect baseball cards. Can't do that here. Well, you know what I'm saying? You can't do certain things that they used to do. Like, certain things were easier, right? Mm-hmm. Like, some people can, I can get this and put it in condition, but it's not the same thing, because everything was pretty much valuable back then. Versus now, the fucking wheel was just being invented. You feel me? Mm-hmm.
Like, even just the way everything was made, too, because you have the fuck was that a car? I was like, what the fuck was that? But no, you have like things that used to be made out of wood, metal, solid shit. But now everything's made out of like you have a whole bunch of plastic and everything.
Well, plastic was invented around that time, and it blew up. But the crazy part is, we'll spend more money for something that's handmade now versus something that's made in a factory, because for the novelty factor. But that's only something you can do if you're rich. Like, for me, I couldn't care less if my furniture is made in China or handcrafted by, some artists in France.
But that's some shit that they used to do back in the day. Because, that's why people had all that, they would walk into those big fucking houses and they had all those fucking sofas and lamps and all the curtains and all that types of shit, all from Greece and Paris and Italy.
Give some of the housewives to talk about when they bring their friends over. Mm-hmm. Give some, I got this from a trip, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you can't relive the experiences they had in the past. You know what I'm saying? So making money nowadays is easy, but it's like 10 times harder, right? So like crypto and things like that, right? If you're smart, you can hop onto that trend, or you could see it and, manipulate it to get away. Because like there was a .com burst, right? Same thing happened with cryptocurrency, right? Certain blew up, right? And they would raise them to the roof and crash them. Mm-hmm. And that was pretty much how the stock market was back then, where like, everything was coming out. Just because you had a website, you can pretty much make billions in shares and shit, even though nobody knew what your website about. But just because it's a website, it's the new technology type thing. The same with cryptocurrencies. We got everything from, crypto punks and shit like that. Shit that aren't going to, be here everlasting. But, in the moment, it sounds like the proper choice, and people just throwing their money in and then losing it.
You have NFTs too as well.
Yeah, and NFTs is not a bad thing in general. Like, once I understood like the initial concept of them, I was like, oh, it makes sense. You can sell your digital art, blah, 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 and you can own it, right? But then people would take low quality art.
We're going to make an NFT.
But see, the thing about NFTs, right?
WTG is going to make an NFT.
Unless you have clout or reach, it doesn't really matter. Like, you can make an NFT and you won't make money off it. The thing is to either sell one.
It's an investment. See, our NFT is an investment. I mean, and that's what we're gonna call the NFTs. We're gonna call it the investment.
Yeah, and then you can be part of the scammers, be on CoffeeZilla and shit.
No, sir, it's not a scam. Like, it's an NFT. I'm going to I have not done much research into NFTs myself personally. I've been wanting to do it recently. I'm told myself I'm going to do it. And when I get all the bearings right of an NFT, WTG is going to make an NFT, and it's going to be called The Investment. And maybe it'll be a picture of our logo. Maybe it'll be a picture of that right there, that moment right there.
I mean, you can sell that.
And exactly, and we're going to. We're going to make one, and we are going to sell it, and it's going to be called The Investment because it's going to gain its value over time. Just like this channel, it's going to gain its value over time. The people listening, the viewers listening right now, the knowledge that we drop, that I drop, the knowledge that I drop, it is an investment. Over time, you realize and you go, oh shit. Now it all makes sense. Now I understand why Brad said that. I don't understand why Derrick said that, but I understand why Brad said that.
I mean, most of the things I say are like, you had to be through the experience to understand it. Like,
fucking with you.
I know you fucking with me. But like,
Derrick kind of looked a little sad. He was defending himself.
I'm just thinking like,
be through the experience, bro.
like, for real, like, I be thinking about like shit like this all the time. Bro. Like, the shit like somebody might say to you, right? Until you go through that experience, bro, you honestly won't be able to like fully comprehend what they're saying. Mm-hmm. Like I could tell you, like, you know, get your money, do whatever, right? But until you've been down to your lowest and got to the realization, like, shit, I don't need this, I don't need X, Y, Z, I don't need, you know, flashy clothes and shit. You're not going to get to that point because like kids get told all the time, oh, spend your money wisely, blah blah shit. First thing they do is go and blow it, right? Oh, yeah. And then they come to the realization, okay.
First thing I fucking do is blow all my money when I fork that Culver's.
20 years old. I don't have shit to my name. I don't have a car. I don't have a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't own anything in this world, right? Mm-hmm. All these shoes, oh, I wear them once, and after a year, I either outgrew them or got rid of them, blah, blah, blah. Life happens. You know, you don't have the same shoes you had from 3 years ago type shit. Mm-hmm. Or they're not in trend or whatever the fuck. So all that shit that you spend on is just now gone. But it takes you to go through that to realize, and by the time you realize, it might be too late for some individuals, or it's just like they're stuck because instead of spending their money or investing in where they should have been, they're stuck in a place where they're trying to get out the hole now, like because they built a hole for themselves, and now they got to dig themselves out. And by the time they dig themselves out, they got to start building on top of that hole again. Mm-hmm. So it's always like a struggle to, like, you know, get that comprehension in somebody.
It's a back and forth. It's just it's a bad habits too. I feel like spending a lot of money is a bad habit. I know I spend a lot of money for no reason.
Well, spending money itself is not a bad habit. It's spending it on the wrong things.
True.
Because there's times I regret spending money because, like, I'll buy something in order to either have to buy something more expensive. So I prefer quality now. Like, things that are going to last. Like,
give us an example of something you bought recently that you...
All right, so like my Mac Mini, the one that we do our editing on and shit, right? Mm-hmm. I regret that purchase so much. Not because the Mac Mini isn't a good computer or anything right there. I didn't invest in enough storage and all that stuff that I needed. Mm-hmm. So now I'm hindered, you know, due to vision, like through doing things.
So instead of buying the
basic model, I should have splurged more if I was going to use this as my main.
Because now if you need more storage, you're going to end up spending more anyways.
Exactly. So even though it was an extravagant like purchase,
you could also see it too is that, you know, you lose money, you know, storage problems.
I'm losing money because I'm trying to, you know, counteract the solution, like, you know, by doing certain things, buying more storage or whatever the thing is. So like purchases like that, I'm just like, fuck, I should have, you know, spent more on.
Yeah, like electronics, I don't really. I like to buy electronics. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get a computer, I'm gonna get the best computer out there for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go and, you know, I don't like a used one. I don't like, if you get a used one, that's on you. I don't really give a damn. But me personally, I like having my electronics like brand new right out the box. Like me unwrapping them.
I like
unwrapping it and taking the little fucking.
But that's the luxury that comes with new stuff. New stuff, like so it's like when you buy an old car and something happens to it, right? That could be a problem that's already there. But if a new car and something happens to it, that shouldn't have been there. Okay, so you know, it wasn't you, it wasn't the car, so I got to get fixed. You know what I'm saying? There was something that shouldn't be like. So I get a new phone, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not expecting any kinks to be wrong with it. I'm not expecting the home button to be fucked up a little bit. You got to press it extra hard.
You're expecting none of that. All the software, everything
the bells work and whistles
seamlessly. I need to get a new phone. My shit's been acting up. I don't need to get a new phone, but it's like a, you know, it's a cultural thing. I like to. It's not so much like I try to fit in, but I like to get a new upgrade every other phone, just because I do notice with Apple products. And they've been exposed for doing this, but like even if still like just older stuff of Apple just doesn't work as well, just because the newer updates and stuff that come out, it just doesn't work as well. And it's also it just looks clean. I like having that clean modern look. You know what I'm saying? Like just having that clean look to it.
See, I understand, like not from the use, like my Apple products tend to last me for like 5 years. You know, the expected range, so I don't really mind that. But the cultural aspect is different. Like, so I don't treat people with Androids the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you have an Android, you need to upgrade.
Regardless of what model Android you have, I can't look at you the same. And it's not, and that's like, it's like what I'm taught. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, not to make this controversial or anything, but like with the
It's okay, you say it, I'll make it controversial.
Nah, it's gonna be controversial regardless of what I say. So, but like, it's like the push on, like the
you can use a better example for the love of God. Use one, Derrick.
No. All right. So you know how like so your brain's easy to trick, right?
Yeah.
So you can gaslight somebody, right?
Yeah.
So I can gaslight you to think something that you know is 100% true, right? To either I can make you believe something completely different, or to question your faith in what you believe to be true, right? That's how the brain works. Mm-hmm. If you get enough, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all in on the joke. We're like, oh no, 1 + 1 isn't 2, it's 4. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If everybody around you is saying it, you're gonna get to the point where, you're fucked up, right? You're the one that's wrong. Because we all say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with things like the way the media is like pushing certain things, like I feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Because my brain is strong enough to tell me to say, hey, okay, this is what they're doing. They're fucking me up. Mm-hmm. But what I'm talking about is like the pronoun shit, right? I don't want to call boys girls and girls boys because it's just how the brain works, right? I'm going to start seeing girls as boys and boys as girls because psychologically that's what I'm going to tell myself. You can convince yourself to lie enough to believe it's true, basically type shit. So that's how I feel like about that situation. So I don't like, telling myself about things I don't like to be true. You feel me? Because like, I feel like, I was thinking this the other day. I feel like I'm a disruptor, right? Because there's a disruptor and there's trendsetters, right? So like,
I'm a trendsetter for sure.
Well, you got to be a disruptor before you can be a trendsetter. So like, think about it this way, right? If everybody's telling you, guys can wear dresses, right? That's the trend, right? Mm-hmm. The disruptor says, no, guys don't wear dresses, right? And as long as I get more people to follow me, because like you got to win the majority. Like just like I said, the majority of people, they can gaslight you to believe whatever the fuck to believe. So say I'm disrupting that train of thought, right? Mm-hmm. And then I get enough people to disrupt it, it turns to the new trend. So you become a disruptor to a trendsetter, right? And then somebody comes along and says, okay, no, guys can wear dresses, right? They're the disruptor. They're like the minute voice. But as long as enough people, believe them, then the trend changes again. I feel like that's how it worked over time. Like, and we keep on going through stages of disruptors and trendsetters. Be like, how the Romans, they had their little sex orgies and stuff, and they went, and their society like crumbled and shit because they were more like free and open with their ideas and stuff, and they were peace with the next society and the next one and the next one and the next one after that until we get to the modern age.
They'll develop more structure upon themselves.
Yeah, well, I feel like we had structure, but every time we get to a place where we're comfortable and we try to destroy it. You feel me?
Do you think that's where we're at now? As a society?
Of course. Like, think about it. Back in the days, they were fighting wars and things like that. Ain't nobody had time to question whether, men should fight, women in USC type shit. No one had time to,
So you're saying we should go back to war?
No. Not even close. I'm saying that we got comfortable with our situation to the fact that we're trying to, change ideas, but we don't know the outcomes. Or we know the outcomes, but we don't give a fuck anyways. Like, like the Romans.
So a bunch of antagonizers.
Not necessarily antagonizers, just people.
A bunch of disruptors.
Yeah, a bunch of disruptors,
There's a lot of
not saying the disruption is good or bad, you feel me? It's like, we don't know the future, you know what I'm saying? We can predict the future through history, but every time they say, oh, learn from history, no one fucking listens,
That is correct.
Like I feel like you got to experience it yourself. Like, back to what I was saying, you got to experience yourself before you could get that knowledge. Because, like, we seen what happened with the Romans and shit when they had freedom of ideas and shit like that. Fucked up their whole little shit, they had going on. You feel me? Same happened with,
freedom of ideas is bad. Derrick thinks freedom of ideas is bad because
freedom of the wrong ideas.
It crushed the Roman Empire. So Derrick wants everybody to have the same thoughts, is what you're saying? You want everybody to be...
Not everybody the same thoughts, but like...
Derrick wants everybody to be...
Like, poisonous thoughts shouldn't be allowed.
So you're trying to get rid of all the poisonous people.
Well... I mean, that's the way to go, Brad. That's the way to go.
Because I think what you're trying to say, Derrick, is you want to go ahead and start another genocide, which I can get behind depending on who we're murdering. So I think we should talk about that aspect. I think we should get the details down about that. Because if you're talking about a mass genocide, I am down. But also, We have to talk people.
100%.
We should make a list.
Now. He's not being actually serious when he's, recommending a mass genocide because things get taken out of context in life. And, I'm going to have to sit down off camera with him and let me just end the episode.
The moral, yes, that's exactly where I was going. The moral of the story is, the moral of the story is.
We're not advocating for genocide.
So basically,
freedom of speech is allowed. This is America.
Derrick, however, yes, you say that. However, Derrick's thoughts are he doesn't want freedom of thoughts. He doesn't want this to be the United States of America. Like I said before, he wants us to be undergoing a mass genocide because you heard him. He said that we need to be at war again. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, please comment down below what you think of Derrick's thoughts and what the outtake.
It's like a gathering.
The moral of the
story. Genocide. Like
see, look, he's happy about it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back to episode. I don't even know what episode of the WTG podcast is. We can do this season 2, episode 1 because we back. We just took a little month break. It was Halloween, my birthday, shit going on. Happens to the best of us, ladies and gentlemen. But we're back. We're ready for action, and we're gonna be bigger and better than ever. WTG out. Peace. Hey, the genocide thing, I was like, hey, Brad. Hey, Brad, stop. Hey, it's your host, Brad here. I want to thank you for watching the video. And if you like what you see, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Peace.